Israel attempted to kill the political leaders of Hamas with a Tuesday airstrike in Qatar, where the Palestinian Islamist group has long had its political base. In the days since, the strike has drawn condemnation from Saudi Arabia, Japan, the European Union, and others. U.S. President Donald Trump voiced disapproval about the strike later on Tuesday.
I'm not thrilled about the whole situation. It's not a good situation.
Trump said that while he thought hitting Hamas was a worthy goal, he felt, quote, very badly that the attack took place in the Gulf Arab state, a major non-NATO ally of Washington. He said he would be giving a full statement on the issue on Wednesday. The airstrike took place shortly after Hamas's armed wing claimed responsibility for a shooting on Monday that killed 6 people at a bus stop on the outskirts of Jerusalem. While Israel defended its attacks as being justified, Qatar said Israel was treacherous and engaged in state terrorism. Qatar's prime minister said the airstrikes threatened to derail the peace talks Qatar has been mediating between Hamas and Israel. He also said that Qatar would take all necessary measures to respond to the attack. Hamas said 5 of its members had been killed, including the son of Hamas's exiled Gaza chief and top negotiator Khalil al-Hayya. However, it said Israel had failed in what Hamas called an attempt to assassinate the group's ceasefire negotiation team. A person briefed on the matter told Reuters that Israel is still gathering information on the strike and is yet to determine whether any Hamas officials or leaders were killed. 2 U.S. officials that spoke to Reuters on condition of anonymity said Israel notified the U.S. military shortly before the strike, but there was no coordination with or approval from Washington. Trump said he directed his envoy Steve Witkoff to warn Qatar the attack was coming. However, Qatar contradicted those comments, saying that reports that it got a heads up before the attack were false, and that the phone call from a U.S. official came after the strikes had begun.
I request the protocol officer to escort His Excellency the State of Qatar to his seat at the council table.
But thrive on war. Violence brings violence. Impunity breeds war. Silence in the international community and of this very Security Council fuels chaos. And yet, this very council remains constrained, unable even to name the aggressor, to qualify aggression as a violation of international law.
For convening this urgent meeting at the request of Algeria, Pakistan, at a time when delicate negotiations on Gaza peace deal were progressing towards a possible breakthrough, striking the territory of a principal mediator and those directly involved in negotiations is a deliberate attempt to sabotage diplomacy, derail peace efforts, and prolong the suffering of civilians. It is evident that Israel, the occupying power, is bent on doing everything to undermine and blow up every possibility of peace. It also raises serious questions whether the return of hostages was indeed a priority. Clearly, Israel's destructive policies are incompatible with the international community's quest for peace and stability.
And we welcome Korea's presidency of the Council this month. I would like to thank Undersecretary General Rose. Unilateral bombing inside Qatar, a sovereign nation working very hard and bravely taking risks alongside the United States to broker peace, does not advance Israel's or America's goals. That said, it is inappropriate for any member to use this to question Israel's commitment to bringing their hostages home in the attack. I would also like to welcome our distinguished guests today, Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman bin Prime Minister Netanyahu reiterated to President Trump his desire for peace when the two spoke yesterday. Notwithstanding the unfortunate nature of this incident, President Trump believes it could serve as an opportunity for peace. The President assured the Emir, as well as the Prime Minister of Qatar, that such a thing would not happen again on their soil.
ونقدر التضامن مع دولة قطر الذي أبداه أعضاء المجلس في بياناتهم في هذه. نحن نؤمن إيمانا كاملا بالوساطة وحل النزاعات بالطرق السلمية، ويحظى دور قطر هذا بتقدير إقليمي وعالمي، وقد أكدت تجربتنا أن الوساطة القطرية بالشراكة مع جمهورية مصر العربية الشقيقة والولايات المتحدة الأمريكية بما حققته من نتائج ملموسة في الإفراج عن 148 رهينة من الإسرائيليين والأجانب والمئات من الأسرى الفلسطينيين وإيصال المساعدات الإنسانية لأهل غزة، كانت بارقة الأمل النادرة في هذا النزاع الدامي. غير أن الاعتداء على أرضنا خلال انشغالنا بالوساطة كشف بوضوح عن نوايا إسرائيل المبيتة لإجهاض أي مسعى نحو السلام وإطالة أمد المعاناة الإنسانية للشعب الفلسطيني الشقيق الذي يتعرض لحجم من المعاناة تعجز الكلمات عن وصفه. كما يكشف بأن المتطرفون الذين يحكمون إسرائيل اليوم لا يأبهون بحياة الرهائن، وأن تحريرهم ليس أولوية لديهم، وإلا فكيف يفسر اختيار توقيت ومكان الهجوم في الوقت الذي كانت فيه المفاوضات تعقد لمناقشة وقف إطلاق النار وفق المقترح الأمريكي الأخير؟ لقد اجتمع الوفد التفاوضي لحركة حماس لمناقشة الرد على الورقة الأمريكية، فقصفت إسرائيل هذا الاجتماع. السيد الرئيس، أقف أمامكم اليوم مطالبا مجلسكم الموقر بتحمل مسؤوليته التاريخية، فالصمت أمام فرض شريعة الغاب واستهداف دولة ذات سيادة في وضح النهار يقوض قواعد العمل الدولي ويهدد مستقبل أي عملية سلام في منطقتنا. إن استمرار هذه الاعتداءات لا يستهدف قطر وحدها، بل هو تهديد صريح باستهداف كل دولة تعمل على إحلال السلام، مما يزعزع الثقة بالمنظومة الأممية ذاتها. تؤكد دولة قطر بقيادة حضرة صاحب السمو الشيخ تميم بن حمد الثاني على أنها ستواصل دورها الإنساني والدبلوماسي دون تردد أينما كان هذا الدور طريقا نحو حقن الدماء، لكنها في الوقت ذاته لن تتهاون إزاء أي مس بسيادتها وأمنها، وتحتفظ بحقها المشروع في الرد عبر الوسائل التي يكفلها القانون الدولي. نحن في قطر دعاة سلام لا دعاة حرب، وقد اخترنا السلام منهجا ولن يردعنا عنه دعاة الحرب والدمار.
Mr. President, on September 9th, Israel carried out a precise and this strike sends a message that should echo across this chamber. There is no sanctuary for terrorists, not in Gaza, not in Tehran, not in Doha. There is no immunity for terrorists. And yet, here in this council, some members chose to give Hamas legitimacy, even protection. Israel will not. We will act against the leaders of terror wherever they are hiding.
My Kingdom of Jordan.